Hey everybody, hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. Real quick, give us just a minute or so here. There
Hey
you
guys,
are.
if you can see my screen right now, go ahead and type in a number 7. We'll get started here in just a second.
Hey Tom, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I wanted to just mention real quick. Everybody's saying they can't hear anything, so I want to make sure you saw that. But folks, he just had his line muted there, so just give him a second here. He'll get set up, and then we should be good to go.
Yeah, I was just muting it out for a second until you got on here, and I was looking to see if I could get my other computer going here, but
No problem.
we'll run with just one here, it looks like.
Hey, listen, real quick. Go over to the present screen, use the drop down, and display a new window, and then that way you're full screen. And then you'll be ready to go.
See if it stays on there.
It's going to pop up another window. So if you've got it locked on that screen, you're going to have to reset it.
Because if I go, I can present right from there. It doesn't have to be a new window. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they can't. They're seeing the screens to the side. Just go ahead and unlock your screen share and lock it onto the window that's up there without the it's on full screen. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday. It's exciting, obviously, to go through some training with you tonight. Tom's got some pretty awesome training set up here, and I'm just here to for support and of course, I'll look at the questions and things and answer those for Tom, but I just wanted to say thank you all so much for taking time out of your schedule, as I always do, and you guys are all awesome, and I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. So, all right, Tom, well, go ahead, my friend.
All righty, just organizing all these windows here. All right, so thanks for showing up, everybody. You got Tom Huseby and Dylan Hastings here tonight. We're going to talk about email marketing. So we're just going to get started here in just a second. And it looks like everybody can see us okay here. So you typed in number 7. Can everybody still see the screen okay? I went ahead and went full screen on my end just because it was getting too confusing for me having 7 different windows open. But let me know if they can see the screen, Dylan.
Yeah, I can see you, hear you. You're loud and clear. So go ahead and just lock the screen on yourself, so that way it doesn't go back and forth with me talking. And you've got the floor, my friend.
Are you showing up? Because I thought I did lock it. Oh, I have to do it over again, don't I?
I don't know if I can see it on my end, but you should be good.
No, it's locked on me.
Okay, good. All right, no, you're all set.
Everything still look good? Okay, so everybody, welcome. We're going to do the training tonight on email marketing. Now, Dylan and I have done some trainings in the past where we talked about the nuts and bolts of it. You know, how to set up a list, how to create your autoresponder, and things like that. I wanted to talk a little bit about today on writing the actual emails themselves and getting them open, and talk a little bit about some of the things that, you know, we don't want them to end up in the spam folder, so we want to talk a little bit about that. So we're just going to dive right in. But first, I want to share with you a little bit about the format here. You know, so when we're going to type in questions, if you have a question, right? I'm going to do some questions at the end, but if you want to type one in sooner, just make sure you keep it concise and in one chat message, not scattered out, and keep them on topic to what we're going around talking about tonight. And just remember, we're here to help train, but we're not necessarily customer support. So if it's a customer support question, you want to save that for the actual Ingresso Cybernetico's customer support. Okay, so you know, Ingresso Cybernetico, as you know, has a ton of value. I'm going to talk just a couple minutes about it before we get started, in case you wandered onto this webinar and you're not yet part of Ingresso Cybernetico. So you know, it's up to us, it's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to all of us out there in the field to bring it to the marketplace. And why would you want to do that? And not only do you have great value with Ingresso, but so you can earn a nice income online, so you can vacation more, so you can pay off debt, so you can buy that car you've always wanted, or in my case, a Jeep, right? And so you can begin to enjoy the freedom that residual income can provide for you. So I left this slide in here from before when I was making it, so if you're new to Ingresso Cybernetico, you can see some of the value. We're using Cybernetico Live tonight. There's all kinds of amazing products. I won't get into them. You can watch the presentation tonight at 10 if you want to learn about all of them on there, but we're going to be talking about basically Magic Responder and lead pages, and we're using Cybernetico Live tonight, okay? Now, often when you're marketing on the internet, you get the opt-in, right? Well, not everybody's ready to buy right away. So have you ever heard that, you know, it's in the follow-up, right? It's like sales are made after 7 to 12 exposures to the initial offer. Sometimes it takes that many times for someone to say yes. Not everyone's going to raise their hand and say yes on the very first time, so that's where we get into email marketing and having some high quality follow-up messages in your autoresponder, and of course you can do broadcast messages as well. So once you create and test your opt-in pages and you get one of those that's converting well, the next step is to get your emails open. So that leads us to talk about the headline. Now, the headline is very important, and I'll tell you a little secret that I do, and I don't know, maybe you do the same thing, but here's the deal, right? I save good emails that end up in my inbox in a folder so I can glean from them at a later date. Like if I really like the headline, even if I don't have time to read it, right? I'll save it in another folder over there in my inbox so I can use that when I'm creating sales campaigns for whatever I want to sell on the internet at a later date, right? So now, without great, compelling headline, your email's not going to get read. So that's the first thing you want to do. I'm going to shut Skype down here, guys, just a second, okay? All right, there. Dylan, can everybody still see my screen?
Yes, brother. Yeah, everybody can see your screen.
All right, so we'll keep rolling. Sorry about the interruption there, guys. Skype just kept popping up, and I didn't want to be distracted there throughout the whole webinar. So here we go. Now, we talked about the headline being important, and we're going to go over some examples. Now, language is important, too. So if you sound spammy, you're going to end up in the junk folder. Nobody wants to end up there because nobody sees it, and then it's kind of pointless, right? So the first paragraph is very important. You want to be able to tie the first paragraph for sure into the headline, right? I'm going to cover some examples and that you can kind of model when you're creating your emails, okay? The next several slides that we're going to go over are going to be examples. They're going to have a headline at the top and at least the first paragraph from some emails that caught my attention in my inbox. They're emails that I wanted to open, right? Now, you don't have to be an award-winning writer to model and rewrite already great content. You just start shifting the existing verbiage to lead to whatever that you're selling. In this case, Ingresso Cybernetico. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to create compelling emails from scratch and just add them into your campaign like it's nothing, right? It's going to be really easy for you over time. So this one caught my attention today. The headline was, the subject line was, "It's a bad rash." So now a lot of times when we're selling what we're selling, you're going to have people that are already kind of wanting to learn how to market on the internet in there, so maybe they're on a bunch of different lists. You want to stand out a little bit, so something like this stood out. It wasn't the normal make $1 million in 2 minutes on the internet, right? So the email read, I just took the first little paragraph right here, right? And some of these I took the spacing out, but it is important to keep spacing and have white space in your emails so it's easier to read, right? But basically they said on this one is it keeps popping up. That's one question I kept getting. Sally, if you had to start over online, what would you do right now? And the answer comes easy. If I had to start from scratch today, I'd be doing what I do now, creating and marketing information products. So you can kind of see how this beginning of this email went. We don't need to go through the whole thing. I didn't put it in there. But then you just basically take that email, you store it over there in a folder, right? You can use that same headline or something similar to that right there. Hold on. And use that when you're creating a sales campaign for whatever you want to sell, whether it be Ingresso Cybernetico as a whole or one of the affiliate products or anything like that, because if you're a part of the partnership program, some of these emails are really easy to convert over to selling the value package with Cybernetico Live, okay? So you just kind of rewrite it, change the words a little bit, and I can give you at the end of this presentation the link to these slides if you want to study them a little bit further. Another thing I do when I'm going through and changing it up and mixing it up and making it for what I want to sell is I'll open up thesaurus.com and then take some of the adjectives and change them up with similar type words, right? So I put it keeps popping up. This is one question I keep getting, and you could use your name here instead of Sally or whatever the name was in the email, right? If you had to start over online, what would you do right now? And the answer comes easy. If I had to start from scratch today, I'd be doing what I do now, marketing a world-famous tool suite of online products and services. Why? The model has huge advantages. You don't have to invest a ton of money to get started. You don't have to pay for inventory. And then basically you just finish out the email, you write a couple advantages, and then have a call to action that asks them to start with you with Ingresso right now. You know, and also one of the things I like to do is I use a PS line. Now I don't use it in every single email, But a lot of times if somebody's just scanning emails and they get a bunch in their inbox, they might scroll to the bottom right away. So having a powerful call to action in a PS line in about half of them. So let's go over and cover some more examples here for you just so you guys get the idea. Here's another one, live replay. So we do a lot of trainings here in Ingresso Cybernetico, and you could snag those videos off YouTube and use them in a sales funnel if you want to show some of the extra value. If you're on a team that has your own trainings, that's pretty cool too. So basically this one right here, this was an email that came in on the left side of the screen right there. It had this title right there. It says, have you ever felt lost, confused, drained? You're describing a pain to somebody, right? So, and feel like you've tried every avenue, possibly trying to make money online, but seem to be just spinning your wheels. You know, I definitely used to. And it was only a few years back too. There were times in my quest to freedom where I thought it would never happen for me. I doubted myself. So you're describing a pain, you're describing a fear, right? So which was the worst possible thing I could do? It wasn't until I unveiled the mystery to success online, shared with me by my mentor at the time, when things really changed. And like I said, I jumbled up the spacing on there, but white space is really important, and you'll kind of get the idea. You can put some extra spaces in there and make it easier to read, so it's not just a big block of solid text all the way down the email. That's what I mean by that. So, and then the rewrite of taking something like that, and all I'm really doing with these emails is just using how to spark. That's why I say the first paragraph, because it's going to spark your imagination or your creativity to get you going. Because a lot of times you can be an excellent writer. It just takes that extra little step to help you get going, then it starts to flow. At least it does with me. I don't know if it's the same way with you guys or not. But so the rewrite was, have you ever felt lost, confused, drained, and feel like you've tried every avenue possible of trying to make money online that seem to just be spinning your wheels? So I didn't change a whole lot over here, right, until I get down towards the bottom here. But I definitely have, and it wasn't long ago. There were times in my journey to freedom where I thought it would never happen for me. I doubted myself, which was the worst possible thing I could do. It wasn't until I unveiled the mystery to success online, shared with me by Ingresso Cybernetico, when things really changed. Here's the live replay, just one of our weekly training webinars, so you can see some of the value we provide above and beyond our services, right? So that's another way you could tie in. That's why you got live replay hyperlink down here. It ties into the headline, so there's relevance there, right? That's important to have relevance. If you have a crazy headline that gets them to open it, but there's no relevance, no tie-in anywhere in the body of the email, they're going to click off and not do anything with it, okay? Also, I would hyperlink right there where it says Ingresso Cybernetico to maybe, if you can build a webinar page or whatnot, you can build, you can use IC Lead Pages for that, or you can have that hyperlink go direct to your sign-up page, basically, for Ingresso. So I didn't change a whole lot from that, but you just notice there's no dollar signs in here. There's no make $1 million in 2 days. There's no hype used, but it's still a compelling email. I think you'd agree with that. Let's show you another example here. Is there any questions popping up, Dylan? We need to stop and cover and take a break? I can't see it. I'm full screen.
No, we're good, man. I'm actually just going through some things here, actually looking through the comments and questions. So go ahead and finish the presentation. We'll go back and answer questions as we go along.
Sure. So here's another example I got for you guys, and this one would really be great if you're selling Cybernetico live as an affiliate, one of the, part of the affiliate partnership program. And normally this would be an email. I get an email from this company that sells affiliate stuff every day, and usually I just delete it, right? But this one, I thought I would say, because it did kind of compel me to want to open it, because, and here's why. I said, so this is how they do it. So it's kind of like they're going to tell you a story, how somebody did it, like a success story, and it says simple software does the amazing, and it doesn't tell you what the amazing is. So honestly, when I read that headline, I wanted to open the email and look at it. So I figured, oh, well, this would be a good one. So I opened up and I read it, and they got product of the day, instantly class up all online presentations. They had a link right there, and it said, this is very cool software that is simple to use but can make a world of difference in your online appearance, professionalism, and sales. Oh, and it's the hottest selling product of the week. The software allows you to create custom characters for your web pages, videos, and it goes on and so forth. It has another link down there. And I just thought, okay, well, we could take this to start a good email for selling Cybernetico Live. So basically, I changed it up a little bit. I would keep the same title because I liked it and a lot of the same verbiage, but obviously where the link goes, you're going to use your Cybernetico Live affiliate link right there, okay? Now, this is very cool software, simple to use, but can make a world of difference in your online appearance, professionalism, and sales. And it's the hottest selling product of 2014. Okay, I didn't want to make it day, week, like it was a flash in the pan. I wanted to make it sound a little more epic, so I said the whole year, right? And if you guys have looked at our Lexus score for this type of stuff, it's going through the roof right there. You'll realize how popular they not only Ingresso Cybernetico is getting, but Cybernetico Live is as well. Now, this software allows you to create custom webinars, turning Google technology into a robust and professional webinar platform. It's just like the stuff the pros use. See it in action here, and then another place you could have your call to action right there. Put your link to Cybernetico Live. Now you can easily go from being ordinary to extraordinary in just minutes by using this software to host professional webinars online. Which do you want to be? Let me back up. I scrolled there and I went to the next one, but hold on a second here. There we go. So basically you see how easily these emails can be rewritten for your own purpose. Now I want to cover one more example, and then I made some examples of one-time offers for you as well. And whoever you joined Ingresso with, your sponsor, you might want to get with them because they may already have some emails that you can use that would make great swipe copy for you. Because if they've been doing it for a while, I'm sure they got something out there. And if you're going to be working to build your business, I'm sure they'd want to help you, right? So here's another one. Why you should probably quit this business. Now, who wouldn't want to open that and say, who's this arrogant person sending me this email, right? Or whatever it means, right? But it makes you want to click on it and open it up. So the email actually read, this is what it said in the email right here, and I'll show you how I changed it up a little bit. This is a little harsh, but I think it needs to be said. When you set aside all the hype and the hoopla, here's the bottom line. Unless you are willing to build a list of targeted prospects, and email them regularly, you'll never really succeed in this business. I see a lot of crap in my Facebook newsfeed about all these different money-making gimmicks. Very few, if any, talk about this. Yet, ironically, these very same jokers build a list and email their crappy offers to it, right? So it's kind of a little bit strong in the language here, guys. And it says, don't get me wrong, you can build a list, email them, and then email goes on, right? And it's basically that one was selling a training webinar, talking to, well, kind of the same stuff that we're teaching you tonight, you know. But anyways, this would be a good thing to save into that folder if you're going to create one, if you want to start saving some of these emails to use to get ideas when you go to write your own emails for Ingresso Cybernetico, right? So I'm going to show you what the rewrite was here. Just a simple little rewrite, how to switch it over and use it for IC. So I basically keep the same type of title. If you want to change something up using that thesaurus, you could, but I said this is a little severe, but it must be said. When you cast aside all the hype and the brouhaha, here's the bottom line. Unless you're willing to build a list of target prospects and email them regularly, and the reason I've turned it blue right here, because that'd be a good place to hyperlink either to Ingresso Cybernetico or, you know, if you're part of the affiliate partnership program, maybe straight over to your Magic Responder link, because you're talking about emailing, so you can sell them email software or actual autoresponder, which Magic Responder is, of course. Now, and then it goes on, you'll never really succeed in this business. I see a lot of bunk in my Facebook newsfeed. I wanted to change the language. I don't really want to say crap in an email, right? But I see a lot of bunk in my Facebook newsfeed about all these different money-making gimmicks. All right, so you look at money right there, and they did this over here too, and that's kind of the way a lot of people are doing it now. Money is a trigger word that'll get you in the spam box, right? So they spelled it wrong on purpose. Now, normally in the email, I wouldn't make it red. I just did right here, so I remember to talk about it with you guys. But so M-O-N-E-E is how they spelled it. You'll notice, you'll see, if you get a bunch of different emails, and if you're an internet marketer, I'm sure you've opted into lists before in the past, you'll see words like that, right, spelled differently. You'll see them spaced out differently, or maybe have a period between two letters. And that's to try and keep you off the radar on these spam filters, you know. There's a reason that autoresponder companies want you to use double opt-in more than single opt-in, and that's because of the spam complaints. So if you really want to work on your verbiage and get to the point where you're telling stories, because honestly, folks, stories sell, facts tell. So you can put pictures and stuff like that. I would really, if you're going to do the checks, follow the guidelines. I think one of the Harshmans did a great video back there in your back office, and definitely I want you to watch it. If you're ever going to use a picture of a check or anything like that, you should watch it anyways, right? It goes over the do's and don'ts of marketing with Ingresso Cybernetico, but definitely in an email, if you're sticking something out like that, they have a copy of it. You know, it's not like a Facebook post. If you learn later on you did something a little bit maybe out of the rules, you can go delete that Facebook post. Hopefully nobody took a snapshot of it, right? But you don't want to get yourself into trouble in email. It's pretty serious. So anyways, follow those guidelines, watch that video in your back office, and work on your verbiage in these emails to keep you off the radar when it comes to spam filters. Okay, but that's basically kind of how I get the idea. And then usually, if I'm going to copy anything, it's just going to be enough to get it to link up to the title, and then I'm totally just flowing and writing, right? And they don't have to be real long emails either. You're just looking to get something opened first. You're looking to get the email read, okay? And then you want people to get enough exposures to the thing so they're okay, feeling warm and fuzzy, and making that purchase, that buying decision with you with Ingresso Cybernetico or one of the affiliate products. All right. You can also, inside these emails, if you're talking about stuff, we got digital products back there. I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a minute, but it's a good way to help fund your marketing efforts is to sell some of those as well, because that's just 100% commissions, and then you can use that to go out and buy more solo ads, okay? So now let's talk about the landing pages and one-time offers after that initial opt-in. So using Magic Responder, we're using double opt-in now, or confirmed opt-in, so making your offer attractive up front and very compelling is important. And so is maybe a one-time offer or a high-converting landing page. All right, so you want your best shot to be that first impression. So there are a couple different ways of doing that. I'll show you here a couple of pictures here in just a minute that I created today to show you guys. Now I mentioned before that sharing one of our recorded trainings to show the added value and above and beyond of the IC products themselves, right? Because there's a ton of training that goes on that they don't really put a dollar figure on inside the sales presentation or anything, guys. And I don't know about you, but I mean, I've worked in several companies before. I've built several companies. I don't know too many that have the value we do, the kind of training that we put out. I mean, from Dwayne and the Junior, Dwayne Senior, everybody that's doing training for the company, and the passion that's behind there, and the heart and soul put into wanting to help the field succeed. Now, I don't know of any other company that has that kind of stuff, right? Unless, yeah, I just can't think of any top of my head at all. But anyway, so there's some value there, and it's not really listed in the sales presentation other than that we have training. So maybe it's good to show some of that extra stuff up front if somebody's on the fence and they're thinking about joining Ingresso Cybernetico, along with all the value, like sending them the sales presentation, the link to your site, and all that stuff. But so I've also seen some very high quality trainings from some of the teams out there as well. So if you're on one of those teams, ask your leader, your enrolling sponsor, if they have access to any of those trainings, and if you can use them in your sales funnel. So that'd be a good thing too. So. And then the digital products I mentioned, and then let's go ahead and go over some examples right there so you guys can get an idea. And this is basically just to help spark your imagination, right? But here's one I made today. Now where you're going to use, I like using a custom page that tells you got to go confirm your confirmation versus just the factory one from any autoresponder, right? So I just made this one. For example, I use my own picture. You could put yours. You could put a picture of the products. Actually, that would have been a good one to put right here if we're doing an Ingresso funnel. There's an image out there that's got all the products kind of in a circle. That'd be a good one to use, or maybe even a screenshot shrunk down of that slide from the presentation as well. So thank you for subscribing. Please confirm your subscription, right? Now by clicking the confirmation link in the email we just sent you, sometimes that email might take a couple minutes to get over there, right? So just give them something to do. So after you confirm, you'll be redirected to the content you're seeking. So whatever your bribe is to get them to opt in, whether it's direct to Ingresso, you're giving them an ebook, or you're sending them a video, which could be just a presentation, right? What you're going to want to do is give them something else that they can buy. So for example, here I use something from the digital products. This was a WordPress deal right here that you can get, and I said click here for a special offer and create professional WordPress websites with these. So that's just a one-time offer. Maybe they're going to click on it, maybe not, because even if they put in a fake email and they're never going to confirm, you have another opportunity to make some money right here, right? So then they can bounce over to that page right there. And how do you guys get to this product? So just go under your products, scroll down to digital products, and click it, and look at all the ones you have. You have a button. You can download the product, and a button that says Visit Now. When you click Visit Now, when that pops up, that's actually your affiliate link. If you see that URL, it's going to have your username in it at some point, maybe even in 2 places on some of them. And that's how you get your link. So when somebody buys one of them products, when you use your link, you're going to get paid. Okay. And I also put at the bottom over here, this is a one-time discounted offer only for subscribers. So you want to add something to the exclusivity of that offer. And here's the deal: if somebody buys that right there and you make an extra 15, 20 bucks, say you bought some traffic. You went out and you bought 500 clicks, and you're testing. Maybe you send 500 to one sales funnel and 500 to another, and both of them have multiple ways of making money in it. You're going to earn enough. You might earn enough money back, I would hope, to keep buying clicks and come out ahead of the deal. That's the whole process of putting other stuff. That's the whole reason to put other stuff like that in there, basically. So here's another one I made. We talked about having these custom pages here, so you could have a video right in there, right? Maybe your opt-in was, let me show you how you can make multiple, $900 checks, and you're talking about the $300 program. I really like Dwayne Jr.'s idea or way of doing it, talking about selling a level. So if you're at the 300 level, stop focusing on the 50. Just focus on selling the 300. And Dwayne Jr. and Senior both have been saying this ever since I met him. You sell the highest level that you're in. People, if they want to buy something less, they'll downsell themselves. But all you want to talk about that's higher level. So maybe your whole opt-in is talking about teaching people how to get $900 checks over and over and over again, right? Or $900 commissions. So you're all talking on your opt-in how to do that, and then you send them over here and check your inbox to confirm subscription, but they're still going to see one of the opportunity presentations right there, right? And then, hold on, and then this right here goes straight over to your buy page. So they actually can see the presentation, right, and click over to your buy page, even if they don't confirm, okay? So you're still going to get the information to them right there. That's one way of doing it, because if you just bounce them over to a page that says check your inbox, you can do that too. But this is just giving you one more way of getting the information in front of them, even if they decide not to confirm. So basically, we're going to take some questions here in just a minute, but I want you to refer to our other Magic Responder trainings if you need guidance on setting up the confirmed opt-in campaigns. And these trainings can be found in your IC back office, or some of them, if they're not there, would possibly still be on the IC YouTube channel, right? So also, it's always good to be reading. I think readers are leaders, so check with your upline for any books they may recommend, or resources, books or resources to learn how to write compelling emails. A couple of books I got laying around my office here, for example, is Zero Resistance Selling. Author's last name is Maltz. The Ultimate Sales Letter, Kennedy, and Hypnotic Writing by Vital. So anyways, there's many, many more, and I recommend that you always be reading and listening to audiobooks. You can ask Dale, and I'm listening to audiobooks all the time to try and keep my head pointed in the right direction. So let's go ahead and take some questions, guys.
All right, well, awesome webinar, Tom. Really, truly. I mean, I've been bouncing back and forth here just to go over a few things here as I see it on the webinar here. I don't really see a lot of questions, so I think everybody's saying, hey, great, thank you so much for the value. I got it. We had one person that couldn't hear, and I apologize for that person. Hopefully you were able to hear. If not, we did record this, so you can go back and watch that later. We did also have somebody say that they were on mobile and was not able to view it, but we'll send out the link, guys and ladies. We'll make sure that you have access to it. If you know the Ingresso Cybernetico YouTube channel, you can always go back there and watch it there. My internet was cutting out too, so I want to apologize for that. I know, Tom, you may have called on me a few times there, but hey, listen, this is awesome training. This is awesome information. I really think it's important right now that we focus on exactly what Tom's saying, as far as we've got to make sure that the messages that we're delivering through the autoresponder are written in a way that they're not spam. And there's basically that fine line which Tom talked about writing content, about white space, about using alternate words, many different things there that you have to take into consideration. If you don't have a lot of experience in that, here's what I want to challenge you to do is look at the emails you're receiving from other marketers, and I can promise you most of you are probably receiving hundreds and hundreds of emails from other people. So just go out there and look for different ways and different things that got your attention, because if those are the things that are getting your attention, guess what? A lot of those keywords and things or ways of writing an email to get somebody to click on it is going to work for you too. So, or is going to work for other people too. So the biggest thing right now that, quite honestly, brought up this training was and I know Tom has been wanting to do another training like this, because we did actually do some training like this in the past, is really to make sure that people have a clear understanding that you guys, we have Magic Responder, but you got to be conscious of what you're typing in there and what you're sending out to people and what you're creating for campaigns, because If in fact you are spamming people, you are going to lose privileges when it comes to Magic Responder. You're gonna, it's already set to double opt-in. There's a reason for that, because people are going out there and creating email campaigns that are really just talking about money. They're talking about how to make millions of dollars. That's not what we're here for in the marketing community. That's not what we're here for internet marketers. I think, Tom, you'll agree here. We're not here to talk about money all the time. I think I mentioned the other night in one of my trainings that I said, hey guys, you got to be funny. You got to get out of the normal talking about making millions of dollars. It truly makes no sense, and you're not going to get the conversions you're looking for. You're going to scare people away. You're going to get banned from Magic Responder, and you're going to get all your emails, which are coming from your personal email, are being marked as spam on the other end. So the deliverability for you is going to be horrible. So if you're not getting the type of conversions you're looking for, take what Tom talked about tonight and really apply it. There's many different things you can learn here. This is actually something new to me over the last year. And I'll tell you, it takes a long time to learn your what do they say, Tom? They say to craft your, to create your craft. I guess I can't think of the terminology for that, but it's really to kind of get in your comfort zone and do what you're comfortable with. There's people out there, folks, that write email series. We actually have email series, a standard email series for Ingresso Cybernetico that's not spammy. It's actually something that was created by the company. We put it there for you guys to be able to use. So all of you that are new on the call tonight, if you have not set up your Magic Responder and you have not set up your sales funnel, you need to get that set up and start using it in a way that's actually going to attract people to your emails and your business, not scare them away. So that's really all I wanted to mention tonight, Tom. It's your training, and I appreciate you including me with it, and great information, great value. So.
Yeah, let's scroll through and check some questions over here. So somebody said, you got some great ideas on how to come up with captivating subject matters or titles. Titles will make people open your emails. Yeah, that's basically what this was about. It was I keep a separate folder in my inbox. This is one way, right? I mean, some of those books that I recommend reading, you'll put some ideas there too. And definitely don't want to steal those authors' thunder, but I mean, you always want to be studying your craft, or someone just typed in polish your craft. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Thank you for typing that in there.
Yeah, that's right. Polish your craft. But here's anyways, right? Yeah, there's gonna be a replay, but the deal is on the titles. You can go, like, if you use Gmail, I route almost all my stuff through a Gmail account. I have 10 different emails. I route it through one, so you can manage your stuff over there. You can go create a folder. And I mean, if you get an email in your inbox, right? Maybe you don't even have time to read it, but if the subject line looks compelling, where you want to click on it and read it, throw it into that folder so you don't lose it. Because I'm a person that has 17,000 unread emails. All right, I get a lot of emails, guys.
Yeah, believe it or not, you just about gave me a heart attack the other day when I saw how many emails he has. Because I'm a very organized person, and quite honestly, folks, I'd be sweating right now if I had that many unread emails. So, but here's what I want to mention too, because Tom brought up a good point. As an online marketer, as somebody that markets online, this really is not applicable to writing emails, but I want to say something here because Tom just threw out a golden nugget there, and I want to make sure you guys caught that. Is a lot of you, let me say this, for all of you out there that have, like a cloud service, right? So you've got Ingresso Cloud, okay, which helps us back up all of our files and everything, which is an incredible service. Find a service, whether it be Ingresso Cloud or whether it be the free services like because it's very limited with the free services, and that's why we love Ingresso Cloud so much. As far as something where you can drop your files into Ingresso Cloud, okay, if you find something, okay, that you love or that you like, drop it, literally save it to your desktop, take the folder, drag it into your Ingresso Cloud, and keep it there. And create files for specific things that you're using online marketing. Here's some tips. Create a folder for images. Create a folder for capture page headers. Create a folder for email series campaigns or attractive headers, keywords, whatever it may be. I mean, I've got Tom will tell you. I mean, he's actually seen what I have too, and I've actually sent him files before. Hundreds of files before, because I literally, folks, I keep everything that I come across, because there's never a time where I don't go back there and reference something that I've seen on the internet and say, man, I love that image. I want to be able to use that for the future. And always look for PNG files. Always look for ways to be able to create PNG files, because in PNG, don't ask me what it stands for, but I can tell you that those files obviously can be added to anything, especially your IC lead pages, and create some significant, attractive email campaigns, capture pages, anything that you're looking to create online. You can do that, but make sure, like Tom said, save all that stuff, because you're going to use it in the future. You'll always come back and reference it.
Absolutely. You might even just see a good looking image in your Facebook news feed, and you don't want to just like rip somebody off and snag it, which sometimes it's even okay, depending on what it is, as long as it's not a copyright image. But you might want to save that image and just get an idea. When you go to do yours, you find a copyright-free image similar to that, and then craft your post and schedule it, things like that. But there's definitely some method to the madness in getting organized. Dylan is very organized on stuff like that, as far as putting the different images in folders. So when you want to go back and you got time to sit down and do some marketing, let's talk about that for a second. You want to batch some of your stuff, because it's not cost effective, or it's not effective at all to sit in front of Facebook all day long surfing, right? So here's the deal. If you're able to stay organized like that and throw stuff into different folders, whether it's an email into a folder, so when you're going to write an email, you can pull up those, and you don't mistakenly just delete them all, and you can go find them in one spot and get an idea. Because a lot of times you write an email, right? Like I just showed in this training here. If you got something to help you get started with, maybe the first paragraph to get you rolling, and a good title to use, or a good subject line to use, usually by then you're flowing. At least I am. I'm usually flowing. I can write something out and tie it all together and make it make sense and make it a compelling email. But sometimes getting started, it's getting past that first little mental block that's the difficult part. So definitely, if you stay organized like that, with like Dylan said, with the files too, whatever you're working on, whether it be images, posts to you like the ideas that you have, and if you stay organized, then you can batch yourself. Because if you're still working a 9 to 5, you're not going to be able to sit there all day long and just be creative. You're going to have to be smart with your time, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at here. So maybe you got 2 hours at night to work on your business, right? So you want to sit down and be effective during that 2 hours, instead of just twiddling your thumbs during that 2 hours. So if you get everything organized, and then you're able to put in a burst of 2 hours of highly effective time, you're going to come out a whole lot further ahead. There was one other thing too. Dylan had a good idea. The training we did Tuesday night was a challenge, right? That verbiage is very popular out there right now. Maybe you could put some sort of, there's the ice bucket challenge going on right now, right? Maybe there's some sort of challenge that you want to incorporate in to a sales campaign, and you could write it up however you want, but think of some sort of challenge you could use. Obviously you already have the one that I think was great that you did, Dylan, by the way. They are not the challenge for using Cybernetical Live, because I've seen people posting on social media. If you guys haven't seen that training from Tuesday night, go back and watch the replay, because I've seen people posting on social media that they've got their first challenge done. They've already got some opt-ins. One guy posted a picture. He had somebody sign up with him in Ingresso from the Cybernetical Live event that he did for the challenge for this week. So it's already working right there. So definitely want to give some props to you on that, buddy, and tell people to make sure they go back and watch that as well. Okay, let's scroll through here for some more questions. We're going to have to end this here pretty soon so I can get the other event set up here for the 10 o'clock opportunity presentation. So someone asked if we're doing a video campaign, is there anything available to help us with talking points for all the services that we have? I would just pull them right out of the opportunity presentation and just go one by one. Yes, this is recorded. Okay. Good. Most of those are statements. See any questions I missed in there, Dylan?
Tom, can you hear me right?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Sorry, I keep fading in and out, guys, so I apologize if I've tried to say a few things that just keeps cutting me out in and out. So I've been trying to close out some windows here to save some bandwidth. But no, I don't see any of the questions. I did actually catch, though, I did actually catch what you said about the Cybernetical Live Challenge, and that is so awesome, guys, that a lot of you that were on that training call, that if you've started to implement that stuff, There's so many different things that what Tom talked about tonight that could be implemented alongside your Cybernetical Live webinars. We did not want to get too far into that because we want you to get started with something first, right? You've got 12 weeks through that challenge. Well, guess what? I've got some other challenges, up my sleeve and in my head here that we can do to really create results for you and to get you excited and actually produce results within building your business. The tools we have will do the heavy lifting. All you got to do is implement them to really go out there and build your business. So hopefully, Tom, I missed a lot of what you said, so I apologize. I hope I'm not off track there, but I did catch what you said about the Cybernetical Live Challenge briefly on and off there, but I want to say thank you all for all of you that have started to implement that. Hey, thumbs up to you because quite honestly, you will get the results you're looking for in building your business if you continue to leverage our products or Ingresso Cybernetical's products. So that's pretty much it, Tom. I don't see any other feedback there or any other questions. I am actually. It looks like I'm not refreshing anymore, so I'm good to go with the internet here and out in the boondocks here in upstate New York. But just
there's one more that popped up. It says
Sure.
When's a good time to send? Good time spent to send emails every day, every other day, weekly. I mean, I don't personally. Some people will do it every day. I'm more of an every other day type of guy.
Right. Yeah, I'm usually like the best thing to do is not to send an email immediately. Not always. Okay, depending on what you're doing, and send it like one day out. Then kind of alternate. Do 2 days, do 1 day, do 3 days. Change it up because you don't want to be. What do they say? You don't want to be. You don't want people to know that, hey, it's going to be 2 days from now and they're going to send me another email. You watch. You don't want to be where they can anticipate what you're doing. Change it up a little bit, make it seem natural for you. Because that's what the autoresponder is there for, is to really kind of leverage you and your time and do it so that you don't have to spend all the time doing it by sending out individual emails. Here's the challenge I have for everybody tonight. I love challenges. You guys have probably figured that out here over the last few days because we've talked about challenge after challenge after challenge. And I know I saw Jermaine. I don't know if you're on the call, but I want to give him a thumbs up too because actually he took it upon himself to do his own challenge, and I want to encourage you all to do that as well. So hey, thumbs up to you guys. I really I think it's awesome that you guys are going out there and taking it, the bull by the horns and doing this stuff. But here's a challenge for tonight. There is an opportunity call, right? There's an Ingresso Cybernetical opportunity call, and it's not very often. Well, actually, it is. It's a lot more often than any other company I've ever seen. But any time that Dwayne or Dwayne Jr. is doing a business opportunity call blitz to kind of kick us off towards the end of the month to help you guys build your business, right? You got to get people on those webinars. You got to, the best person to plug somebody into is the CEO and president of the company, and that is Dwayne himself. So, and you guys, if you don't know this, Dwayne is actually doing a business opportunity presentation with Dwayne Jr., and they're going to be kicking that off here in about 15 minutes. So here's a challenge. Go out there, find 5 people right now. 5 people that you can send an email to. Go out there and get the registration link first because you'll need that, okay? And you can find it over there on IngressoCybernetico.com over the webinars tab. Send it out to 5 people. Get 5 people on that webinar, guys, because I'm telling you, there's nothing more powerful than hearing the message and the compassion, the excitement from the owner of the company himself, and there's nobody that does that better than Dwayne and Dwayne Jr. So get over there, listen to the information, or get people plugged in. Plug in yourself if you haven't been on an opportunity call over the last few months. And that's it for me, guys. Thank you all very much. Thanks for including me in the training, Tom, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week on the next training calls. We'll get those out to everybody, and just thank you so much. We are going to be doing actually opportunity calls for every day till the end of the month. So plug your people in, anticipate that there's going to be an opportunity call. Just check the webinar page there and you'll see what times. But we're going to do them all throughout the week and all different times throughout the each day so that we can really kind of target and help everybody throughout the world there. So awesome, guys. Thank you again so much for your participation. Tom, I'm going to hang it up here, but you guys have a wonderful evening.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out tonight, guys. I'd love to cover some more, but I got to end this one so I can get the other one prepped and ready to start. So we'll see you on the next training. Take care.